Imagine holding the keys to your dream home, a place that fits not only your desires, but also your budget. The journey to home ownership is thrilling yet peppered with crucial financial decisions. One of the most important questions you face as a prospective home buyer is, how much house can I actually afford? This isn't just a question of comfort and style. It's about making a wise financial choice that aligns with your salary and lifestyle. Today's video delves into the essentials of calculating home affordability, ensuring that your home buying journey is both exciting and financially sound. We start with the basics and work up to considerations that you won't hear from many real estate agents. The most basic advice on what you can afford centers around your debt-to-income ratio, or DTI. The DTI is a critical factor when determining how much home you can afford, as it considers your other monthly debt payment obligations. The DTI ratio, which most financial experts say should ideally be 36% or lower, represents the portion of your gross monthly income that goes towards paying all debts, like car payments, house payments, and credit card balances. To calculate your DTI, sum up your monthly debt payments and divide this total by your gross monthly income. For example, with monthly debts of $3,600 and a gross income of $10,000, your debt-to-income ratio is 36%. The 28-36 rule is a standard benchmark in home affordability. It suggests that your monthly mortgage payment shouldn't exceed 28% of your gross income, and your total monthly debts, including your mortgage, shouldn't surpass 36% of your income. However, home affordability is not just about debt-to-income ratios. Home affordability encompasses your overall financial health. This includes your income, down payment, loan term, interest rates, and credit score. Higher down payments can increase the mortgage amount you qualify for, while longer loan terms offer lower payments at the cost of more interest over time. Additionally, a better credit score can secure more favorable interest rates, significantly affecting long-term affordability. Don't forget to factor in other home ownership costs like property taxes, insurance, potential HOA fees, and closing costs, which typically range from 2% to 5% of the home's price. Thus far, we've looked at standard industry guidance on calculating a budget for buying a home, but there are some strong considerations that I have not seen mentioned elsewhere. These other considerations should be scrutinized by you and your real estate agent before you go looking at homes. Number 1, set a budget before you go looking at homes. If you start exploring homes for sale before establishing your budget, it typically leads to unfavorable outcomes. In fact, one of 3 likely scenarios will unfold, none of which are beneficial. You might love the home, but discover it is not one you can afford. After establishing a budget, you'll have to look at homes that will not compare favorably to the higher valued one you went to see before qualifying your budget. You might love the home, make an offer, and find that the seller will not accept an offer from an unqualified buyer. You then go get qualified, but later find that the home is already under contract with another buyer. Or you could not like the home, and you've just wasted time. If you're a long-time subscriber, you're aware that I frequently offer tips on buying and selling homes. This is because many consumers approach home buying casually and unprepared, often missing out on better outcomes that the right information could provide. If you're not yet a subscriber, please click the thumbs up like button and subscribe now to receive all my new content as soon as it's available. If you're keen to stay informed about housing, to understand the data, assess the facts, and sidestep the prevalent online hype, then subscribe now, and I'll ensure you're always well informed. In my 2020 and 2021 articles and videos, I emphasized the importance of buying as much home as possible during the period of interest rates below 3%. This guidance aimed to enable buyers to seize a historic chance to purchase homes before prices surged and to secure financing before interest rates increased. I advocated for maximizing borrowing within the limits set by banks and what each buyer considered manageable. The advice was not just about meeting current housing needs, but about investing in the future home, the one buyers would eventually upgrade to. For those already in the next home, refinancing at the remarkably low rates available at that time was my recommendation. This period presented a rare historical opportunity that astute buyers used to their advantage. Mortgage interest rates were at all-time historical lows, and I knew they would not last. Additionally, the supply of homes was at historical lows, so that I knew home values would rise faster than ever. The combination of rising prices and historically low rates suggested a future with much higher home prices and much higher mortgage interest rates. Some of my viewers criticized me, claiming I was merely acting as a salesman by urging people to buy now. This perspective is misguided, as I've since received numerous appreciative comments on these videos and articles. One particular comment from a viewer named Edward stood out and motivated today's video. Here's a simplified account of Edward's experience. In December 2020, Edward bought a $300,000 home, financing $285,000 at 2.8% interest rate with a $15,000 down payment and $12,000 in closing costs. His initial outlay was $27,000 with a monthly mortgage payment, principal and interest of $1,171. While I'm unaware of the specific market where Edward resides, considering the U.S. housing market's average 40% gain since his purchase, here's how his situation looks now. His $300,000 home is now valued around $420,000. This $120,000 increase in equity in just 3 years translates to a monthly gain of $3,333, more than double his monthly mortgage payment. Moreover, he's upgraded to living conditions he couldn't afford today. If he were to purchase the same house now, his monthly payment would skyrocket by 123% to $2,609. Can you imagine how much nicer his home is today than the home he would be able to afford had he ignored my advice and waited for home prices to crash, like most YouTube channels were advising in 2020? Edward's gratitude for my advice brings me to my conclusion about the understanding current housing market conditions. Finding a trustworthy real estate agent and heeding their advice is crucial. Choose someone who actively studies the market and prioritizes your needs. My final tip on determining how much home you can afford is not one I'm seeing yet on the highly trafficked real estate channels. It's about shopping for homes with assumable loans. Did you know that many of the home loans put in place from purchases and refinances since early in 2009 have assumable loans with interest rates below 5%? Anybody who can qualify for a loan today will likely qualify to assume one of these loans. In fact, it's easier to qualify to assume one of these loans than it is to get a new one today because the assumable loans have lower rates, so less income is needed to get them. Unfortunately, most real estate agents today do not understand loan assumptions because market conditions for the past 30 years has made them mostly irrelevant. That means agents with less than 30 years experience might not even know they exist. To verify this, I searched the Tallahassee MLS for available homes, specifically requesting those with assumable loans. The results were startling. Only 2 out of nearly 850 listings, which is less than 1/4% However, I suspect that in reality, more than 1/3 of all homes for sale in my market today have assumable loans. This lack of recognition by real estate agents wastes most assumable loans. The homes get sold to unknowing buyers who obtain new loans for longer terms, higher interest rates, and a much higher monthly payment. The older the loan, the harder it might be to assume, as much of the loan has been paid down, and you'll need to be able to pay for the difference between the loan amount and the sales price. But there are methods available there, too. When you're interviewing agents for the job of helping you buy your next home, ask them to talk you through their experience with assumable loans. One recent buyer I know of purchased a home with an assumable loan with a 3% rate, just as the mortgage market was hitting 8%. The family buying the home will save about $900,000 over the life of the loan. Homeownership is a dream for many, but it must be approached with financial prudence. By understanding the relationship between your salary, debts, and broader economic factors, you can decide how much house you can afford and how much financial stress to undertake based upon current market opportunities. Use the insights and tips provided in this video to navigate the home buying process confidently. Remember, a dream home aligns with your lifestyle and your financial reality, ensuring that your home is a haven of joy rather than a burden of financial strain. Start your journey today armed with knowledge and ready to make one of the most important purchases of your life, both rewarding and financially sustainable. If you want to see a video featuring my 9 tips for buying a home in a highly competitive market, you can view it by clicking on the box in the top left corner of your screen. To see a popular video featuring my top 6 home selling tips, just click on the box below it. Please remember to like this video, check out the links below it, and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss anything.